Sometimes we can get a little bit down on ourselves when we haven't completed every single box on the checklist. And sometimes I just have to remind myself that it's okay and that there's always tomorrow and there's always Saturday to get the house cleaned and things like that so that I don't feel too overwhelmed during our busy days. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of my wonderful subscribers. I hit 500 subscribers recently, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you for subscribing to my channel and coming along on this journey of homeschooling with me. If you are here and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below and like this video if you enjoy homeschool related content, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post new videos. I usually post on Tuesdays and Fridays unless I am part of a collaboration with other people that post on different days. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jerilyn. I'm a mom of 3 kids, ages 10, 3, and 1. My oldest is just starting 5th grade this school year, and this is the 6th year that we are homeschooling. And today I'm going to be giving you an update on how my summer goals went and all of the things that I was able to accomplish this summer. So to start out with, one of my goals was around exercise and drinking more water. And I was able to get out and go on some walks with the kids several times a week, either during the daytime or with my husband when he got home from work that evening. I have been drinking more water, and I got a new mug that keeps things nice and cold, so that's been really nice to have. And I would say I've been averaging around 50 ounces of water to 80 ounces of water per day, which is pretty good for me. I can very easily just drink my coffee in the morning and have almost nothing the rest of the day and be just fine. So I am glad that I have been drinking more water. It's a little easier to do for me when it's hot in the summer, but honestly, even though we had quite a few hot days where I live, it's not as hot in August, especially, as it usually is, and so it's been a little harder again. I also had a goal for homemaking of deep cleaning all of the rooms in my house this summer, and to be super honest, I failed. I did deep clean the bathroom, and I started on the kitchen, and I never really got to the deep cleaning of the rest of the house. Yes, I do my regular daily routine, and I have just certain things that I do in the morning and after lunchtime, and then again, of course, after dinner to clean up and get the house kind of reset for the next day. But I didn't really do a whole lot of deep cleaning. Another one of my personal goals was to have more fun with the kids, and we did lots of things this summer, which were very fun. Toward the beginning of the summer, my husband had a week off of work, and so we spent some time together doing different things. We went to the river, then we had some friends come, and then we all went to the river together. We had 4th of July, which in our town we have a big parade, and I did the 5K that goes before the parade, so that was fun. We spent lots of time this summer at the splash pad and at the park and going on walks, so that's been really nice. We have been hanging out in our backyard almost every day, unless we aren't here because we're doing a play date or something like that. But most of the warm days we've been outside having the sprinklers on or playing in the water table, things like that. So that's been really fun. Earlier in August, we went to a local amusement park with my husband's work. And so that was a fun day to go on rides and eat a bunch of junk food and just have some fun family time. As far as homeschool preparations went, I had 5 things that I wanted to kind of get done. The first thing was that I wanted to clean out all of the files that I had from my daughter's 3rd and 4th grade years, so last year and the year before. And I haven't done it still, so I failed on that one too. The second one was that I wanted to reorganize our books and the way that our shelves were organized and things like that. And I did do about half of it. Back here, I got my new bookshelf in July for my birthday, and so I did get that kind of filled up. It is still not the way that I want it to be. I don't really want to have all of these tubs here on the shelf. I would like to find different storage for all of the toddler activities and puzzles and games and things like that, because I want that to just be for books. So I am going to need to still do some more reorganizing this fall to kind of see where I can put things. The third thing that I wanted to do was to get all of our sunlight materials for level E, American history, kind of organized and ready to go. And I did do that. I'll show some clips of kind of how I have everything set up on my shelf. And then I also have my binder organized so that I have all the things that I need in my morning basket, which I showed my morning basket video not too long ago. And so you can see kind of how I organize all of that. The fourth thing that I wanted to do was to compile a list of books that would go along with our science curriculum this year. We are using a book called How to Be Good at Science, Technology, and Engineering. And I wanted to go through and pick out some books that my daughter could read while she's doing those lessons. And as I kind of thought about all of the other books that we're reading and things like that, I just decided to kind of let that go for now. Up on my shelf, though, I do have quite a few science books that are lower level science books about different science topics. They're the Let's Read and Find Out series, and so I will probably pull from some of those if we need something further or something to kind of go along with what my daughter's reading that my son might enjoy too. And the last thing that I wanted to get done for homeschool was to organize my morning basket for the starting of school, which I did, as you saw in my morning basket video. If you didn't already see that, I'll link it up here for you. You can go back and see all of the things that we have in our morning basket for the beginning of the school year. I will also link a video up here about how we are slow starting our school year. This current week that I am filming and putting this video out is our first official week of school. We were doing our Sunlight History Bible Literature program for a couple weeks before that. We did about 10 days of our history reading and things. And the reason for that is because it is the longest curriculum that we have, meaning that it's 180 days, 36 weeks, 5 days a week, and we usually only school for 4 days a week, mostly on Monday through Thursday. We do a little bit on Fridays, but that was one thing that I didn't want to have to worry about for Fridays. So between starting a little early now and we'll probably take it a little ways into next summer, because we do like to keep a little bit of our routine going in the summertime, we will get that finished probably by the end of June next year. So the last thing that I talked about in my homeschool goals video were the books that I wanted to read this summer. And I did read both of the books that I said I wanted to read. And this is the first one, Know and Tell by Karen Glass. And this was a great book all about the art of narration. She talks about how to get started with young kids and narration. She talks about how to start if you have an older student that you want to do narration with, as well as how to transition from oral narration to written narration, which is kind of where we're at right now. This year, my daughter is in 5th grade, and so she is transitioning now. Since we spent all of last year really working on oral narrations, this year she is going to be starting to do one written narration per week, at least for right now. It'll just be one per week for the first 12 weeks of school, or our first term. So I am really excited about that. Tomorrow is actually the first day that she will be doing a written narration, and I've already talked to her about kind of what I mean by that and what I expect her to do. So we will see how that turns out. I'll keep you updated on that. The next book that I wanted to read was Family is Hard, Deal with It by Todd Wilson. And this isn't a very big book. It's just kind of a skinny book, but it just helped to get some encouragement for for remembering that your family is the most important part of your life, and that after God, it is the thing that you should be pouring your time and energy and love into. And so that was just a great reminder to kind of get the school year off to the right start. So I'm actually thinking about reading it again, just to make sure that I don't forget some of the things that he was talking about um, as the school year starts. I wanted to read all of the readers that my daughter would be reading in the first 12 weeks of school. This is just the first third of her readers for Sunlight that we are using this year. And I did finish 2, and I'm working on the 3rd one right now. But there are several more that I need to complete in the next few weeks so that I can have good discussions with her. The 2 that I read were by The Great Horn Spoon. I really liked this book, and I actually read it pretty fast because once I got a few chapters in, it just really hooked my attention, and I didn't want to put it down. So I pretty much read this book in 2 or 3 days, but it was really good. So if you are studying anything about American history and the gold rush, this is a good one. The next one that I read was Freedom Train, the story of Harriet Tubman, and I had never read a biography of her, and I thought this was really excellent, and I think my daughter's really going to like it when she gets to this book in a couple weeks, and I'm really glad that I read it so that I could have some good discussions with her about some of the things that Harriet had to go through, some of the traumas that she experienced and how she dealt with them, and anyway, this was a really good book. The book that I'm reading now that I'm just starting is Turn Homeward, Hannah Lee. And then these are the ones that I still need to read in the next couple of weeks. Shades of Grey, Sing Down the Moon, Old Yeller, and Helen Keller. Some of these books are shorter, and so I think I will be able to get them all finished before my daughter gets to them. I'm curious to know if you had any goals this summer that you set for yourself and how you did with them. Let me know down in the comments below, and hopefully this encouraged you to either keep going if you have a few more weeks of summer, or to just call it done. And it's okay that not every single thing on the checklist was completed. Sometimes we can get a little bit down on ourselves when we haven't completed every single box on the checklist, and sometimes I just have to remind myself that it's okay and that there's always tomorrow and there's always Saturday to get the house cleaned and things like that, so that I don't feel too overwhelmed during our busy days. I did have goals of wanting to have more fun with the kids this summer, which I definitely did. And yes, that meant that I had to sacrifice in some other areas like cleaning to make sure that that happened. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like this video if you enjoy homeschool content, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post a new video. I hope you guys are having a great end to your summer. Let me know down in the comments how you did with your goals for this summer, or if you had any. I would love to hear about that down below. Thank you so much for watching today, and we'll see you next time.